And we're back with another episode of Misadventures of Miles Edgeworth. I messed up that intro, my bad. But here we are in the courtroom, and well, Edgeworth is trying to prolong this trial even further to, well, try to prove that DeBest and what was her name, Roland, are connected, and try to get Roland guilty here. But well, let's just say Roland and DeBest kind of got Courtney kind of on a hook here. With the kidnapped son, everything like that. Let me just go on with this already. Goodness. I'm not together today. Judge Courtney, I ask that you have faith in me and my assistant. Now that you mention it, where exactly is she? She is currently out searching for the most important piece of evidence. Objection. It's a waste of time. There's no such evidence. Are you stalling for time? How disgraceful. Objection. Most important piece of evidence, huh? Courtney Pie. I don't really know what that evidence is, but I think we should have faith in her. After all, even if she may not look like it, she's still the great thief Yatagarasu. Somehow, it seems that Mr. Shields understands. Judge Courtney, we've already determined the general location of that evidence. It's only a matter of time before she steals the evidence back. Come on, Courtney. I understand. Then I shall give you special permission to testify. Thank you, Your Honor. This is ridiculous! This vital evidence that you have found, please present it to the court. Blaise DeBest and Patricia Rowland are somehow connected. Allow me to present the evidence that proves it. Which piece of evidence shows the relationship between Patricia Rowland and Blaise DeBest? Well, where's that, nope, that's not it. It's a document we found in that safe. Yes, here we go. This document contains a detailed report regarding the interrogation of a certain man. A certain man? That man being the late Horace Knightley. And the one who interrogated him was the defendant in this trial, Patricia Rowland. So that means that was the interrogation where... That's right. Patricia Rowland murdered Knightley in the aftermath of the interrogation. And that very interrogation has been recorded in this written report. That definitely sounds like vital evidence. Miles Edgeworth, just now you referred to that document as a written report. Now, just who in the world was that report written for? I thought you might ask that, Francesca. And that's precisely what is most important about this report. We found this document inside the safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the Grand Tower. The 51st floor? The storeroom for the black market auction? Indeed, and the conductor of the auction was you, Blaise DeBest. Take that! You received a report about the victim from Warden Rowland. In the face of this evidence, can you still say you have no connection to this case? In regards to that, I refuse to answer. What? It has yet to be proven in court that I was the conductor of the black market auction. Oh, have you already forgotten the events of this morning? I believe I have already proved it back then, did I not? I will not deny that I was bested by you. However, that was at the crime scene. Who knows if the results will be the same in court? An acquittal is still possible, you see. Oh, this slimy bastard. Until it's been proven in court that I am the conductor of the black market auctions, you can't prove that document was addressed to me. Your logic is twisted. That's not very nice, you know. My logic isn't twisted, is it? What, Courtney? Don't you feel the same way? It's quite unlike you to allow former prosecutor Edgeworth's statement just now, you know? Oh, shut up. It saddens me, you see, that you would fail to uphold the law as a judge should. Well, you know what? He's not prosecuting, he's just assisting Francesca. In fact, I am so upset by this, I may have no other choice but to use my last resort, you know? Your last resort? It is as you say. Something that has not been proven in court does not merit any deliberation. I will have to overrule Mr. Edgeworth's claim. As I thought, until John has been rescued. You see, the truth at that scene and the truth in the courtroom are two very different things. So you're saying the truth can be distorted in court as long as it's for your sake? What a horrible thing to say. I'm not distorting the truth or anything like that, you know? If a not guilty verdict is handed down, then that becomes the truth. That's all it is, you see? It's useless. There's nothing we can do unless the missing evidence turns up. Now then, Courtney, why don't you deliver a not guilty verdict and let's get this over with? After all, that evidence isn't going to show up anytime soon, you know? Uh-oh. Sebastian? Who raised an objection just now? Oh, snap. Pops! Sebastian. Why did you come back here, now of all times? Sebastian, what is the meaning of this? Just where were you and what have you been doing since you abandoned your own trial? I'm sorry, I was, Such an act is unbecoming of a prosecutor. You should be ashamed. Well... Sebastian, you still don't get it, you know? This court has no place for a sniveling child such as yourself. Pops, I've come to present new evidence, Your Honor. Oh shit, what is this? So please, let me take my place back at the prosecutor's bench. Sebastian, I didn't think he would come back. Objection. Oh my god, this new music track. What's all this now, Sebastian? You don't seem at all like your normal self. Pops. Come now, what's the matter? You want Daddy to play with you? Is that it? Well then, why don't we just head on back home? Return to the witness stand! What's wrong? You're shaking like a leaf. Your Honor, the prosecutor officially in charge of this case has just arrived with new evidence. The trial is still in session. In light of this, shouldn't we continue with the proceedings? Naturally, the defense has no objections, Your Honor. I'm sure the defense attorney originally in charge would say the same. The prosecution has no objections either, Your Honor. Come on, Courtney. Continue with the proceedings? That won't be necessary. Isn't that right, Courtney? Blaise still believes that he was the one who kidnapped John. As long as John still hasn't been found, Judge Courtney will remain bound by Blaise and nothing else will change that. Come on, Courtney! What? This is not a good time! That sound is... her cell phone. My phone as well. Uncle Ray's phone is also... what the hell? Everyone's phone! Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Shields! We found John, sir! Oh, thank God. Did Gumshoe just take off his coat too? Holy crap, I've never seen Gumshoe without his coat. He had another coat underneath? We rescued John! Excellent work, Detective. That kid was the most important piece of evidence, right? Way to go, Kay. I wanted to spread the word quickly, so I had everyone called. That is still ringing, though. Judge Courtney, it's for you. Yes, I see. I'm so glad you're safe. Make sure you properly thank everyone, okay? Be careful, and come home safe. Now everything is okay! Let's continue this trial! Let us resume the proceedings. Now that I may once again swing my gavel to my heart's content. You're kidding, right? This is just a sad joke, you know? Is it, Blaise? Witness, this is no joke. Please return to the stand. Prosecutor DeBest, as well, promptly return to your seat at the prosecutor's bench. Yes, Your Honor. You can do it, DeBest. I believe. So many prosecutors. So many prosecutors. Sebastian DeBest. Yes, Miss Farkarma. I leave the rest to you. Huh? Going up against your own father. It won't be easy. I shall observe how things pan out. From the gallery. Aw, Fran. That was a lot of prosecutors, though. Aw, his is cute. Is Edgeman's gonna help Sebastian through it? That's cute. Now then, allow me to ask once more, is the prosecution ready? Prosecutor DeBest, what is this new evidence you wish to present? The missing knife and chisel, Your Honor. You mean they've finally been found? Go Sebastian, what the heck? Prosecutor DeBest, is this true? The knife and chisel. I wasn't able to find them. I searched and searched, I really did, but it was already too late. Too late? What do you mean? I remembered this morning when I passed by Pops in the garage at home. He was holding something wrapped in a newspaper. Pops, where are you going? Ah, Sebastian, just taking out some trash. Oh, I heard that ring. At that moment, I heard it. The faint sound of a bell. Could that sound have been, by any chance, the bell attached to Dogen's chisel? In other words, you're saying that the witness threw away the evidence. I searched for it, but I didn't make it in time. I'm sorry. Where exactly did you search for it? The garbage dump. Oh my god, DeBest. I went to the garbage dump and searched everywhere. I thought the evidence Pops threw away had to be there. Hmm? Isn't that Sebastian? What are you doing here? Whoa! Run, DeBest, run! He ignored us. So at that time, he had gone to the garbage dump. But, this was all I could find! It smells rather peculiar. Now that you mention it, there's kind of a funky smell coming from you as well. Well, he has been in a garbage dump! What do you expect? I was digging through garbage! And what of the knife? I think it's buried somewhere in that giant mountain of trash! But I couldn't find it by myself. I understand. I shall accept this into evidence. Well done, Sebastian. You never betray my expectations, you know? You search so desperately through the garbage, and that's all you have to show for it. Oh, what a tearjerker. I'm tearing up already.
Objection.
Oh, shut up, Blaise. It's a bit too early for tears, don't you think? We haven't examined the evidence properly yet. I think it's just a pointless waste of time, you know? I'm counting on you, Sebastian. Miles. Show him that the truth can be exposed in court and take him down. Mr. Shields is backing us up. Now all we need is a breakthrough. Prosecutor DeBest, let's take a closer look at the evidence. Right! Aww, how cute. Can we open this up? Let's have a look inside. It'd be great if we could find some kind of proof. This is the bell that was attached to Dogen's chisel. Are there any traces left behind it? It's no good! There's not even a single smudge on it! What did you find, Prosecutor the Best? Did you even find anything? Darn it! No, Sebastian, don't break down. Of course you find nothing. Something like that can't be called evidence, you know. All it is trash. It may be sad, but that's the truth, you see. Were Sebastian's efforts all for naught? Indeed, this bell does not seem to be valid evidence. However... Mr. Edgeworth, are you really giving up? Calm as always, Edgeworth. Quite unlike Sebastian here. Well then, is the prosecution finished with this argument? Objection! You can do it, Sebastian. Justy, not yet! We're not through yet! There's still something we haven't examined. You're still not giving up? Struggling in vain's not cute at all, you know. It seems Sebastian hasn't given up yet either. I was just thinking the exact same thing. We got this, man. The last item remaining. Is it trash or is it evidence? If we don't examine it, we'll never find out. The item I'm thinking of is the newspaper. Let's check it out. There might be marks on there. We're still not done examining the newspaper that the bell was wrapped in. It seems that Sebastian has the same idea as I do. Wow, this is just wonderful. You know, so wonderful it's to cry for. Is it desperation or simply reckless abandon? Are you really going to pin all your hopes on a worthless scrap of paper? We won't know for sure whether or not it's worthless until we examine it, will we? Sebastian, let's examine it post-haste. Alright, let's look at this newspaper. If I could turn it or... Oh! Hello! Is this a handprint? There's something greasy on here too! Is it oil? Judge Courtney, we'd like to request a fingerprint analysis on this paper. Could you please summon someone from forensics? Your request is accepted. Contact the lab at once. Reporting! These are definitely fingerprints. However, it's from a glove. What? Well, yeah. Didn't I tell you? It's nothing but a worthless scrap of paper. Just think about it, you know? When handling important evidence. What kind of idiot wouldn't use gloves? Yeah, well, what kind of idiot would use gloves with letters on it? Oh wait, wouldn't that be you? The idiot who doesn't know when to give up? That's pretty harsh, talking to your son like that. What's wrong with calling an idiot an idiot? You want to be the best, you have to be heartless. I have no compassion for worthless individuals, not even my own son. Pops! You know, you've always called yourself a genius prosecutor, haven't you? Didn't I explain to you this morning why you were a genius up until now? That's right. It was all because of me. Because of my authority. You were always being protected by people like Courtney. And me. Now, get that stinking face of yours out of my sight. Stinking? You know, now that I think about it, that stench might just suit you perfectly. Just keep it away from my nose, or my eyes will start watering. Objection! Sebastian, you are not taking this shit. Wrong. You're wrong, Pops. Sebastian, what are you talking about? You're the one who stinks, Pops. It's you, not me. What? You haven't noticed, have you? You smell, Pops. So much that you can't even hide it. Mr. Edgeworth, try smelling the handprint on the newspaper. The smell. Huh. It smells like oil. I know something that smells just like it. Come to think of it, back then, it smells like motor oil. Maintaining that motorcycle must be Blaise's hobby. That's right. The smell proves it. It proves that the culprit who hid the evidence was... Oh, it's no good. I guess I can't become the best after all. I'm too soft. I could never be so heartless. I just can't bring down my father with my own hands! Prosecutor the best. Summon your courage. Become a different prosecutor from your father. Wasn't that what you decided? We are prosecutors, and as prosecutors, we stand in the courtroom. In that case, isn't it our duty to shed light on the truth? Exposing crimes and bringing criminals to justice, even if the criminal is your own father. That is your duty as a prosecutor. Didn't I promise you that if you have the courage to stand up, I will show you the way? Aww! And if you cannot do it alone, then we shall do it together. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Allow me to present the evidence that connects this handprint with my father! Let's get those gloves out! This is the smell of motor oil, the kind used for maintaining motorcycles. Both myself and Mr. Edgeworth have smelled this exact same smell before. Blaise the best. It was in your garage. And wouldn't you say these fingerprints have a rather peculiar shape? The 5 letters that spell out D-E-A-T-H. It's exactly the same as your own gloves. Why would you have death written on your gloves? You can buy gloves like that from anywhere. That doesn't prove a thing. Is that really the case? That's not the only thing that these 2 pieces of evidence have in common. The fingerprints on the newspaper that was used to wrap up the bell. And Blaise's mechanic's gloves. This is the unmistakable similarity they both share. I'm gonna highlight the letter A, because you can see it's faded, and it's also faded on the newspaper. Take that! If you examine the imprint left on the letter A, you'll see it's unmistakably from this glove. What? And that's not all. There is one more item we must take note of, namely these dirt stains. I suggest we do a comparative analysis of the dirt stains from the newspaper and the glove. If the contents match up, then it will prove to be decisive evidence. Bailiff, please have these dirt samples sent to forensics for analysis immediately. Ah, it's Edgeworth, Sebastian! You lowly prosecutors! Do you have any idea who I am? I don't know, but you're the ex-chief as far as I'm aware. Pops, you can't run away anymore. It's been proven in court that you concealed the evidence, and that you tried to cover for the defendant. You're saying that I'm guilty? That I'll be sent to prison? Me, Blaise the best? A couple of snot-nosed punks are gonna make me disappear? There must be some mistake. Be a man and admit your crimes. Go get him! Go get him, Sebastian! Do you really think you can survive if I'm not around? I'll be fine now. I thought I wanted to become the best prosecutor, so I could get your approval, Pops. But when I was kidnapped by your men and stuck in that dark room, I started thinking, I am truly powerless. I despaired and averted my eyes from the truth. But At that moment, Mr. Edgeworth stepped in and showed me the way. And now, I am no longer just a child chasing after his father's approval. I've become capable. I can find evidence all on my own now. What? My men kidnapped you? Why were you... Pops, I'll show you the truth you never knew. Through this trial. Sebastian! How dare you speak to me like that? You should have just stayed as an idiot's son. You may have hated me to the very end, Pops. But I've always looked up to you. Thank you for everything up until now. And goodbye. You! Since when did you... All you've ever been able to do was depend on me, Sebastian! He had another breakdown. Breakdown number 2.
It has been established that the evidence was concealed by Blaise the Best himself. A judgment regarding his concealment of evidence shall be delivered at a separate trial. The missing chisel and knife still have yet to be found. However, once a search of the waste disposal site is underway, they will surely be discovered.
The knife will be found? What will happen to me if it's found? No need to worry. You'll simply receive the punishment you deserve for your crime. Oh, punishment? For me? Blaise, what in the world are you doing? You... After all your boasting about being able to create your own troops and not guilty verdicts. That's why I contacted you immediately after the prison incident in the first place. And to make matters worse, you even kidnapped the wrong kid. I just can't believe this. You really are completely useless. That was certainly a violent outburst, but you heard her, Prosecutor the Best. Yeah, she's got flustered and said a bunch of important stuff. Right? Indeed, that's correct. He still doesn't seem very sure of himself.
Very well, and with that, this court is adjourned.
Woo! What? What? Huh?
Who are you?
Suddenly Lang! Judge Courtney, it's still too early for a happy ending. Lang Z says the end of the trial is not always the end of the case. Oh no, he's coming for Courtney.
And who might you be?
The name's Shilong Lang. I'm just a humble lone investigator.
Do you have some objection with this trial?
Ha! Not a chance. The defendant there has a heart of black as a moonless night. Lang? Don't tell me you're the one from 12 years ago. You got it. Ain't this nice? Now you're finally going to prison, where you belong. 12 years is a long time coming from a suspended sentence, don't you agree? Agent Lang, what are you talking about? The SS5 incident from 12 years ago. It's a case I'll never forget. 12 years ago? Well, a lot has changed. It all happened over 12 years ago. Back then, he and my father were close friends, and our clan protected the president's life. But then, he suddenly changed. It's as if he became an entirely different person. Nowadays, he doesn't even have a shred of faith in the police force of Zhang Fa. 12 years ago. I wonder what went on then. Might it have something to do with Lang's father and President Huang? Patricia Rowland, and you, Blaise the Best. Back then, the two of you killed off the Lang clan.
Were you involved in the incident 12 years ago?
That's right, I was. However, I'm not here to chase after ghosts of the past. I'm here for you, Justine Courtney.
Me?
You and one other. You really think the kid did this too?
John!
Miss Courtney, you're coming along too. As a suspect in the murder of the president of Zhang Fa, Dijon Huang! Agent Lang, what evidence do you... Settle down, Mr. Prosecutor. The investigation has only just begun. We're going to inspect the crime scene with the suspects in attendance. Agent Lang, did he get his hands on some new pieces of evidence? If you have any objections, then you can tag along as well. I shall do just that. The end of the trial is not always the end of the case. There are still many mysteries yet unsolved surrounding the murder of the president. Well, at least we cleared up one thing, which is the courtroom. Now we have another case to figure out, namely the true nature of the giant monster, and then come and get me. I'll be looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice, but I highly doubt that. The true identity of the person on the other end of the phone. Is that it? Yes, that's it. Okay, cool beans. This is actually a good spot to stop for now. So, we will continue on to figure out if it was really Courtney that did the murder, which I really doubt it, in the next video. I'll see you guys then.